Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and please be careful out there on your travels. I know the weather has been pretty wild lately, especially up there in the Northeast. All those folks are getting just tons of snow. I know air traffic is getting pretty wild. So if you are commuting this season, please be careful. Leave early if you have to, so you don't have to rush home, and try your best to just stay safe. But we're going to get back on the Honda for today. I got three things I'd like to try to accomplish on this. First is the radiator. I need to take this thing back off, and I got to reconnect everything that's on the backside, all the sensors and plugs. The second thing I want to do is actually get the handlebars all set up with the correct ride height. So I gotta put the seat back on here and get the throttle cable hooked up, so whenever I actually start the bike, I can work with the throttle. And third is getting the fuel system all connected. However, I did run into a small snag, and I'll explain that here in a minute, right here after the intro. So let's go ahead and roll that intro, and we'll get right to it. I got the radiator all hooked up. I got everything all tightened. Not really too fun about these. I'll have to bend these in, but I'll deal with that later. My objective right now is just functionality. But anyway, the radiator's all hooked up. The temperature sensor's hooked up. The overflow is connected. All that's good. The only thing that is needed is antifreeze, and put that in here. I'm not gonna mess with that just yet. Now I did say that I was gonna take the fuel petcock, or the fuel shutoff valve, which is this right here, off of that tank, and then slap it on here. However, problem. I don't know if you guys can see, when I took this off, there's supposed to be a filter or a screen about this tall, and it was missing. And then that was my other problem. I don't know if you guys can see. If you focus, well, there's a lot of rust on the inside of that, and I can't trust what's inside here. These plates here, this is riveted on. I cannot get that off of there. The only thing I'll be able to take off of this is the actual knob itself. So this is not good, because if I were to put this in this clean tank in a clean line into a brand new and clean carburetors, I would be destroying all the effort that I've made these past 8 months of building this bike. So this is garbage. I cannot use this. But I did buy one from a local location here, and it looks pretty similar. Remember the filter I was telling y'all about? Yeah, it's this thing right here. It's a pretty tall filter. I don't know if that's gonna work. I really don't know. I haven't messed with this before. It may like go up inside. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But pretty tall filter. But the other device, the other petcock, is this one here. I've already checked it out. Everything is the same diameter. It looks like this is gonna fit just right, so I should be just fine. You're probably wondering how the main and the reserve works. Well, it's simple. Well, you set it up to your main tank. Well, the main takes fuel from anything up in the tank down to here, and then this tube here is your reserve. So whenever your bike starts stuttering and eventually runs out of gas, you switch it to reserve, which no longer accepts fuel from down here. It accepts I'm sorry everything, I had it backwards. Everything down here is your reserve. All this is your main tank. So your main tank will get down to about here, and then whenever you run out of gas, you switch it to reserve, and it opens up the valve down in here, and it allows you to burn the rest of the gas in the tank to get you to the next gas station, wherever you gotta go. So that's how these things work. So let me go ahead, put this on the tank, hook up the gas line, and then the next thing will be the throttle cable. Moving right along. Well, ain't beautiful, but it'll work.
NCI Music. NCI Music.
Alright, so here's a little helpful tip I want to help you guys with. If you guys have brand new controls and brand new handlebars and they don't have any holes drilled in them whatsoever, you guys go to put these on. Well, these things have a little notch down at the bottom. I've showed it to you guys before in a previous video. This one, it has this little brass screw. Alright, well, I need to drill a hole that size in my handlebars so that these don't slide around whenever I go to roll the throttle. So, I take a drill bit. The key to this is put it directly over the screw itself. All right, and if you can see the brass of the screw around that drill bit, your drill bit's too small. Switch it out to the next size up, which would be this one. You put it over that, and if you can't see the screw, you got the right size drill bit. Food for thought. Also, you may wonder, how do I put the controls on here and have them in the right position? Well, simple. You take the control, you clamp it around the actual bar itself wherever you want it, and put it where it needs to be, squeeze and slide back and forth. What that does is, I don't know if you guys can see, you probably can't, but yeah, you can barely see it. I can knock out the main light of the room. There you go. See that mark I made? That's a little scratch mark from the actual control, and that's that brass screw. So what I'm going to do is right in the middle of that line, I'm going to drill my hole, and that is how it will fall into place, and it won't move anywhere, and that'll be its permanent home. Perfect.
NCI Music.
Okay, so here we are. I believe I got everything. I got the throttle all hooked up, everything set. I kind of had everything adjusted. I adjusted the handlebars to the proper ride height. I went ahead and I mounted these because I had the clutch controls, all this stuff over here. We installed the fuel tank, fuel shutoff valve with a fuel petcock, got that connected. The throttle cable, got that done. Radiator, got that good. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I put antifreeze in there, so that's set. It's gonna, once it's running, it's gonna end up having air popping out of there. It's gonna be burping the system. But as I can see, I don't think I'm missing anything, y'all. I don't think I'm missing anything. But it started to rain, and I do need to turn the bike around to put the pipes facing out, because I don't want to put a bunch of fumes inside the house. That would suck. So let me go ahead and put you guys on a really fast time lapse and flip this bike around and attempt to start it. I gotta put gas in the sucker and wish me luck. Man, I'm excited. I am excited. Alright, put gas in it. Let's see how this works. I mean, I can hope that this is going to work the first time. I have to adjust some things. Key, choke, yes. All right. It's gonna need some adjusting, and I can smell some gas coming from somewhere, but I'll figure that out here in a little bit. But yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I'll be down. Let's turn that key off. Well, it does run. That's good. That's really good. Oh man, I am so happy with that. I mean, I got a long way still left to go, but that's definitely a step in the right direction. It runs and idles on its own. It's gonna need some adjusting, like I said. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Be safe on your travels this Thanksgiving holiday. And I'll see y'all later. I love you. Bye.